Morning everyone. Today we continue with the exercise 8.2 of algebra, in which you already have learned how to add or subtract given expressions. So there are two methods of addition and subtraction of expressions. One is horizontal method or row method, and another is vertical method or column method. The first method is horizontal or row method, and second method is vertical or column method, right? For example, suppose you have to add 3x minus 2y and 5x plus y. You have to add, right, the two expressions. So you can add using the first method like this plus this, and prefer to use brackets for expressions. It will help you in not doing mistakes. So wherever some expressions are given, even though they are not given in brackets, you should use brackets to avoid doing any mistakes. This is first thing that you have to keep in mind. Now you will open the bracket. So 3x is similar to which term? 5x, because they are having the same variable with same power. Like terms are those which are having same variable and same power. So 3x and 5x are having both same variable x and the power is also 1. So they are like terms. So write them in one bracket, and without thinking use plus sign. This plus sign will always be there, irrespective of whatever sign is present over there. Now here the second term is minus 2y, which becomes first term here, and find out like term of this in the second bracket. So it is plus y. So 3x plus 5x is 8x, and then plus sign and minus 2y plus y. So you know in integers minus 2 plus 1. It is actually 1y. Y means 1y. So minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So minus 1y. But minus 1 we don't write as coefficient. So it is minus y. Right? So finally you get 8x plus into minus. When you open the bracket, the signs multiply. This you all know. So plus into minus will become minus. So this is the answer of addition of these. Now let us learn the same sum. We are finding the sum here by vertical method or column method. So 3x minus 2y and 5x plus y. Let us add them. So in addition you can place one single sign over there representing that these expressions are going to be added. So notice that I have written like terms below its like term. That means x term will be written below x and y term will be below y. And what if you don't have like term in the other expression? So you can write somewhere here in the end, right? That also, suppose x square was also there in the second expression, but x square is not here. So x square you can write here. So suppose you are not finding like term in other expression, you can write it separately. Now in addition, signs do not change in the lower row. So 3 plus 5 becomes 8x, and minus 2 plus 1. So minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, and minus 1 we don't write, so 8x minus 1. So the answer, you can see that answer will come same. The methods are different. So whichever method you find convenient, you can use. But this method should be preferred where you have long expressions, many terms are there, and many expressions are there. So this method will be useful where you have many expressions and you have a large number of terms. So you have to learn this method as well as practice using this method for those expressions which are very big and having many terms, right? Now same thing we can apply in subtraction also. Suppose we have to add these two now. We have to find the difference of these two. 3x minus 2y and 5x will be written below its like term 5x, even though they are not given in order. Suppose it is given y plus 5x. So y will not write here, we will write below y term only, right? So that will adjust while writing. Now leave one line and draw this line. Leave one line space for changing the sign. Actually in subtraction what we do is, we are going to subtract means we are going to change the sign of the lower row. So here it is which sign? It is plus. It will change to minus. Here it is which sign? Plus. It will change to minus. Now these signs you have to ignore. Now these are the new signs of the lower row, right? So while calculating, you will calculate like this: 3, not plus 5, 3 minus 5. So 3 minus 5 is minus 2, minus 2x, then minus 2 and minus 1. So minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3, so minus 3y. So this is the difference of the two given expression, and this is sum of the two given expression using this vertical method. So in this exercise and further questions, we will be using this column method in some questions, though it is your choice if you want to use row method only or horizontal method, but you should prefer using the second method. It will be good for practice for higher classes. Let us do question number 8. All of you open your books. Exercise 5.2, question number 8. Look at question number 8. It is given that from the sum of the two given expressions, you have to subtract sum of another two given expressions, right? So there are four expressions actually given. Sum of first two, and then you'll find sum of the next two, and then you'll subtract the two sums, right? So let us first find the sum of first two expressions which are given: 4 plus 3x, and another expression is given 5. So 5 will be written below constant, minus 4x, x below x only. So this you have to keep in mind, even whatever order is given in the question, but you will write the term of the second row below its like term. The constant below constant, x below x square below x square, but x square is not present, so x square will write separately, right? And here descending order of power, writing in descending order of power or ascending order of power is not compulsory. So this also you understand, right? So we have to find the sum. So use plus sign over there. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 3 minus 4 is minus 1, minus 1x, minus 1 when we don't write, and plus 2x square. So this is the first sum. So first sum is this, right? Now second sum of these two expressions, 3x square minus 5x, and second is, we'll write in order, x square below x square, so minus x square plus 2x, and be careful about the signs. When you are changing the order especially, you have to be careful about the signs, right? So these are the two expressions given, and you have to add again. So in addition, there is no sign change. So 3 minus 1 becomes 2, 2x square minus 5 plus 2 is minus 3x and plus 5, right? So we got the two sums, right? This is S1 and this is S2, okay? Now from S1 sum 1 you have to subtract the sum 2. It is given in the question. So 9 minus x plus 2x square, and from this you are going to subtract 5. Now see, here 5 is written in the end, but while we are writing the second row, you have to be careful that you have to write below its like term. So that is why I have written 5 first, and 5 is plus 5, right? And then x term below x term, and then x square term below x square term. And now since you have to subtract, so leave one line for changing the sign of the lower row. So since it is subtraction, so plus will become minus, minus will become plus, and plus will become minus. So here everywhere we are using the column method, that is the second method which I explained. 9 minus 5 is 4, minus 1 and plus 3. Now ignore this sign, you can hide this sign so that you are not confused. Minus 1 and ignore this sign, so plus 3. Minus 1 plus 3 is plus 2, plus 2x, and plus 2 and ignore the sign, so plus 2 minus 2 becomes 0. So 0x square. Now 0 into something is 0 only. So we can write now, when we are writing the final answer, then you can follow the ascending or descending order. So here we are following the descending order of R. So first we will write 2x and then plus 4. And this is the final answer, right? Now look at question number 10. Question says, what should be subtracted from the first expression to get the second expression, right? What should be subtracted from first expression? Let first expression be represented by first only. Minus, what should be subtracted? So let any alphabet, let A be subtracted. The first minus A gives you the second expression, right? So what should be subtracted from the first to get the second expression? Now you have to get the value of this unknown variable. First and second expressions are given, this unknown variable, and this is minus sign, so shift this to the other side, the minus will become plus, and while shifting, shift this also over here. The first minus second is equal to A. So that means to get the value of A, you must subtract second expression from the first expression. Now this you can do either by column method or horizontal method. Let us do it by any method you like. A, to find the value of A, the first expression given is minus 7mn plus 2n square plus 3n square. This is the first expression, minus the second expression, m square plus 2mn and plus n square. So this is the value of A. So A, either you write on the right hand side or left hand side, it does not matter, since both are equal. So A equal to first minus second. So you can write interconvertible in equation is allowed. Interconversion is allowed. So A equal to first minus second. Now if you like to do it by this row method only, so I am telling you by row method. So 2n square plus 3n square, till here it is no change. Now here it is minus sign, so minus sign when multiplies inside, because bracket means multiply, so minus sign will multiply inside. So whenever we have minus sign outside a bracket and it multiplies when we open the bracket, every sign changes. So just remember, while opening with minus sign, every sign will change. So plus will become minus and minus will become plus. Right? Now you can collect the like terms in brackets, or you can write like this. So mn, find mn, mn is here and mn is here. Collect them. So minus 7 mn and minus 2 mn, right, in one bracket. And use brackets. Brackets are free of cost, so brackets you are not paying anything for, so brackets should be used as much as you can. Plus, now find out m square term. The m square is here and m square is here, and find out if there are more terms. To 2m square minus m square, right? So m square is also gone. Now n square is here, this is n square and n square is here, right? So plus, and always use plus sign outside the bracket. Whatever is inside, that is okay, but always use plus sign outside the bracket. So plus, we are collecting n square, so 3n square minus n square, right? Now simplify inside the bracket. So minus 7 mn and minus 2 mn. So forget about the variable, just consider the integers. Minus 7 and minus 2 becomes minus 9, and then add variable to it, and do not leave brackets. Continue with the brackets. 2n square minus n square, so 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 m square, that is n square only, and 3 minus 1 is 2, so 2 n square, right? Use brackets till we get the final answer. Now here you can write the larger power m square, or you can write this also first, but let us write m square first, then 2n square. Order does not matter much here, so you can write in any order, but try to write in a decent way, right? So this is the answer. This had to be subtracted from the first expression to get the second expression. So this is the answer. Now look at question number 12. Read the question. Question number 12. How much the first expression exceeds the second expression? See, these terms exceeds, more, differ, less, right? These terms actually denote minus sign. Suppose I ask you how much is 10 more than 8. So what will you do? How will you tell? 10 minus 8, that is 2. So you are subtracting. If I ask the same question, how much 10 exceeds 8, then again you will find the difference. 10 minus 8 is 2. So it is exceeding by 2. So these words refer to subtraction. So that is why we will subtract from first, this is question number 12. We will subtract from first the second expression. So the first expression is 93p square minus 55p plus 4, and the second expression is minus 13p cube minus 5p square plus 17p minus 90. Now while writing, you have to be careful that you have written the term of the second row below its like term. Now here I have made a mistake that I have written p cube below p square and p square below p. So that is wrong. So that is why it has to change. So understand that what mistake you can make, right? So p square will be written below p square only. So first we find the like terms. So in the second expression, the like term of p square is this. So you can write minus 5p square here. Then you have p also in the first expression. So p square below the p term and constant below the constant. Now what is left? What term is left? It's still 13p cube is left. So 13p cube you can write anywhere else, but not below unlike term, because every term has like terms. So not below like terms. So 13p cube you can write here or in the end also. Now since it is subtraction, so leave some space for changing sign. Now this is plus will become minus, minus will become plus, plus will become minus, minus will become plus, right? Now ignore the sign, these signs, and use these new signs. So here it doesn't have like term, so it will be copied as it is minus 13p cube. Now this is 93, had this sign, the 93 plus 5. 93 plus 5 is 98. The 98p square, right? Now minus 55 had this sign, the minus 55 minus 17 is minus 72p. And plus 4 had this sign, the plus 4 plus 90 is plus 94. So this is simply the answer, right? Question number 14 now. Now here again they are saying to subtract the sum of two expressions given from the sum of three expressions given. So first they have given three expressions in the first one, first combination. So the first combination is 2y square plus 3yz. The second expression is minus y square. So see the like term and keep writing below its like term as I explained earlier. Yz below yz. And while changing the order, be careful about the sign. That is most important. Now the third expression has yz, no y square. So we will not write here. We will write here. Yz below yz and z square below z square. So if you don't have like term, do not worry, just leave it. Or you can add 0 if you wish. If you are thinking that it is leaving space, blank space, so you can add 0 also below the like term. Now all these are getting added. So 2 minus 1 and plus 0. So 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. So 1 y square. 1 we don't write, so we write y square here. 3 plus 1 4 and 4 minus 1 is 3. So it is 3yz. And minus 1 plus 2 is plus 1 z square. So plus 1 we don't write. So this is sum 1, right? Now the second expression has second combination has two expressions, 3y square minus z square. This is the first expression, and the second expression is minus y square plus z square and plus yz. This also doesn't have like term. So if you wish, you can write 0, or if you are leaving space, that also does not matter, right? And we are using plus sign. We are adding them. So 3 minus 1 will be 2, 2y square, right? Now minus 1 and plus 1 will become 0. It is actually 0 z square, which will become 0 because 0 multiplies something becomes 0. Now here plus 1 plus 0 and plus 1 will become plus 1. So plus 1 yz, that is yz only. So this is sum 2, which you can write by writing this as 0. We finally get 2y square plus this has become 0 plus yz. This is the second sum, right? Now we have to subtract the two sums obtained, right? So let us subtract from sum 1, that is y square plus 3yz plus z square. From this sum, let us subtract the second sum, that is 2y square plus yz, 2y square plus yz. Now writing this also, you must match the like term. Suppose you have written also and you have written it wrong, you can change it again, but match the like terms before you start adding or subtracting. And since it has to be subtracted, so lower sign will get the signs changed, lower row will get the signs changed. Plus 1 minus 2 is minus 1, the minus 1 y square, the minus 1 y square, plus 3 minus 1, plus 3 minus 1 is how much? Plus 2, plus 2yz, and this is nothing here, so you can write 0, so plus 1 and minus 0, so 1 minus 0 is 1 only, so plus 1 z square, right? So this is the final answer.